Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for review, and yes, this is a Visconti, and if you watch my videos and you're watching this video, then you probably know by now that I do like Visconti pens. So let me unbox this pen. So it comes in this cardboard sleeve. So if I remove that sleeve, you will see here the Visconti Homo Sapiens, and this is the Blue Lagoon. And this is a pen, as soon as I saw this advertised, that I thought I would need to add this to my collection. I have added the Visconti Homo Sapiens Midnight in Florence recently, and when I saw this one come out, I knew that I would have to get it. So let's remove the lid. It's quite a substantial lid with a glass window there. And then we have the pen sitting on its bed. So if I just remove the bed for the time being, you'll see here there's an international warranty card and also a card that shows you the details of the pen. And it's a double reservoir, it's a resin Blue Lagoon, and the trim is a silver and edition pen. It's 586 of 888. So I think let's have a look at the pen. So this is the Blue Lagoon, and this is a really nice looking pattern. And I'd also like to thank Michael for securing this pen for me from Manuscript Pens in the UK. Michael is, or Manuscript is the UK distributor for Visconti in the UK. This really is a really lovely pattern, and I am really glad that I actually managed to pick this one up. I think I got a very good pattern here, or at least for me anyway, it's a very good pattern. You can see a lot of the ink window there, which I do like, but there is also some of that sort of blue ocean, sort of lagoon, Blue Lagoon sort of colours going on there. So combination between the blue and the green. So I think let's take a look at the pen. It comes with the Visconti, and it's a My Pen finial, but it's got a different Visconti My Pen finial on there now. You have the standard Visconti bridge clip, which is quite springy. You have the double Visconti Homo Sapiens bands, and these are in silver. The pen itself tapers into the cap finial here, and then tapers out to the midpoint, and then starts to taper in a little bit more to the cap here. You have a band here which says Visconti Homo Sapiens there, and there you go, and then you have the serial number. The pen starts to taper out slightly to what is the power vac knob, and this is a vacuum filling pen. If I remove the cap, you will see here it comes with one of the newer Visconti 18 karat gold nibs, and this is a medium nib. Now I did say this is a power vac filler, so you can unscrew the knob here and you basically pull the titanium rod out, you put it in ink like this, you depress it, you get a vacuum seal, and then ink rushes up into the pen. You also have the Visconti Homo Sapien hook safe lock mechanism here, so all you have to do is do a quarter of a turn and that is then sealed. So I do like that because of the locking mechanism. It's not a twist cap, it's not a pull cap. But I do love this material, I do like this. This really is looking quite nice, I have to say. It is quite a nice pattern, and you can see the accents there on the cap as well, the bluey green waters there of the Blue Lagoon, and it just really looks nice. So for me, I think I got a very good pattern here, and I'm really glad I could add this to my collection. So yes, this is added to my collection. This is not, and I repeat, not going back. So I think with that, let's do a size check, a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the length of the pen, we are looking at about 145 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we're looking at around about 59 millimeters in length. And then the length of the body of the pen from the tip of the nib or the tip of the tines, we're looking at about 132 millimeters in length. So for me, that is an ideal size pen, and I can show you here in the size of my hand. This really does feel quite comfortable. I can post the cap if I want to as well, and that works just as good. So, but for me, this is a very comfortable weight, size, length, girth of pen, and I just love these Visconti Homo Sapiens. So for me, this is a winner. So I think let's do a weight check. The full weight of the pen is just under 39.5 grams. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just over 16 grams. And then the weight of the pen, we are looking at just over 22 grams. So that's quite a nice weight of a pen there. So what do I like about the Visconti Homo Sapiens? What do I not like about them? Well, there really, for me, isn't anything to not like about them. I do love this material. I do love that they are demonstrator pens. And I do like that they just really, really are nice pens to write with. So what do I like about them? Well, I like everything about them. It's there's nothing that I really don't like about these pens. I guess the only thing you could say is a vac filler takes a little bit more cleaning effort to clean it out, and you can never always get the inky residue of water out of the barrel easily unless you unscrew the nib. That's probably the only negative that I would say. Other than that, I really do like the Visconti Homo Sapiens. So for me, it just ticks all of the boxes. So I think with that, let's go and do a comparison with other pens. So, from left to right, we have the Visconti Homo Sapiens London Fog, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Florentine Hills, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Midnight in Florence, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Swirl, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Blue Lagoon, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Chianti, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Caput Mundi, the Visconti Homo Sapiens Jade, a Visconti Homo Sapiens Corsani 90, and then a Visconti Leonardo da Vinci Machina. So, I think let's do a writing sample. So, I have inked this up with an ink, and I'll show you what that ink is in a little bit. But this is the Visconti Homo Sapiens, and it's the Blue Lagoon. Now, this does have an 18 karat gold nib, and it is a medium nib. Now, these new medium nibs are actually narrower than what the 23 karat palladium nibs are. To me, these feel a little bit more like a fine nib compared to what the original Visconti 23 karat palladium medium nibs were. Now, the ink in here today, I have inked up with Diamine, and it's Soft Mint. And the reason why I did that, it's a very light green ink, but you can see here this colour on the pen, and I wanted to try and match that colour. I looked through all of my green inks and my blue inks and my turquoise inks. A lot of them had more of a blue in, or the greens were either a bright green or a dark green. So I wanted something, and I was thinking of Diamine Aquamarine or Aqua Lagoon. It sort of is another one. Pelican Edelstein Aquamarine. But the Aqua Lagoon from Diamine was a little bit more on the blue side, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go with a light green ink here. So in terms of line variation, you will see what I mean here, that this really looks more like a fine nib to me. That's without any pressure. Now, if I apply pressure, I can get more line variation out of this. And if I do the figure of 8, you can see there, you can get some shading going on. But you can see here there's no skips or hard starts. And normally you would get a skip or hard start on any of these lines if you're constantly trying to start with a downward stroke on a nib that has baby's bottom. This doesn't have baby's bottom on it. Now, in terms of the wetness test, let's do a wetness test here. Now, this is not only a fine nib really in terms of that line variation, but also this ink is actually quite dry as well. So you'll see here, it's actually quite a dry nib, and with the dry ink. So I might actually look at making that nib a little bit wetter over time. I might actually even just change the ink first and see whether or not the change in ink, maybe to a more darker green, or maybe even a blue ink, whether or not that might make a difference there. I do find though that the Diamine Softening is actually quite a dry ink, so I think maybe changing the ink will probably make a difference. But I do still think though that I might actually floss those tines a little bit and make it write a little bit wetter. So for anybody that's buying a Visconti Homo Sapiens Blue Lagoon and they're wanting to write in a journal or a notebook where you're going to have to constantly sort of change pages, and you're going to find that this is a dry nib to write with. So you should be able to change pages quite easily without any problem whatsoever. So that's my review of the Visconti Homo Sapiens Blue Lagoon. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.